Hello, cats and kittens. MamaCatGamer here with another installment in Gavtia's journey through the Final Fantasy XIV story. We are getting to the very last few quests in the post-Stormblood expansion patches. And I'm excited because we have like 4, maybe 5 quests left. Because I really enjoy the Shadowbringers expansion. I don't dislike Stormblood. I don't want that. And the post-Stormblood patches are fantastic. I've enjoyed all of the stories, regardless of whatever controversy people have about, you know, liking or disliking. I mean, there's things out of any story that you're gonna go, I didn't care for that at all. And there can be some pretty big flaws in some stories, but overall, I enjoy the stories a lot. Some I enjoy a lot better than others. Like Heavensward and Shadowbringers are my favorites, hands down. Endwalker is right behind there. Stormblood and Dawntrail, you know, I enjoy them. I've gone through them. I've gone through Stormblood 3 times now, and I see new things every time. So that's part of my enjoyment, is catching up on some of these little details that I missed the first time around. So that part I enjoy. And I've been enjoying the Dawntrail patch story very much. I'm looking forward to seeing where that's going next. As they build, you know, a new story arc, which is not easy. I mean, how do you come down from what they did in Endwalker? That's a huge challenge. All right, talk to Eorzea. What does she have to say? Come, let's return to Lys and share the good news about our Far Eastern reinforcements. You agree. Go on ahead, Gav. I'll join you in Alamigo with our advance party as soon as it can. Hakura says, while you and my lord Hien are away crossing swords with the Empire in distant Alamigo, I shall be here with the remainder of our forces watching our borders. Pray send the Garleans my regards. We know exactly what kind of regards he would like to have. And would like to send. Alright, let's eat some food. I'm going to assume we're probably going to have some fighting. I didn't actually review the details of the quests. I try and go through that without looking at those ahead of time. I do know we're going to have a dungeon that we're going to have to do, so. Alright, Hien says... Hien stands ready to depart for Alamigo. We must leave now to convene with Eorzea's leaders, and it may be some time before I return to Doma. Hakura, I leave you in command. My lord. Yugiri says, I shall assemble an advance party with all haste and join you in Alamigo forthwith. Eorzea says, I've just received word from Lys. The Alliance has established a base camp near Alamigo's northeastern border. Once we've arrived in the locks, we're to report to a resistance officer stationed in Porta Praetoria who will point us in the right direction. Let's not keep them waiting. Okay. Say hello to my FC mates. Hello, friends. Alright. Speak of the resistance officer in Porta Praetoria. Sorry, guys. Probably could have gotten on my mount and flown. Make sure I don't need to mend anything. Ian says, here we are again, ready to fight the same foe, yet I would not be anywhere else. This conflict Gosh, I can't talk right now. This conflict concerns us all. Come what may, we cannot allow the Empire to regain its grip on Alamigo. Eorzea says, here, I think we found the guide Lise mentioned. Ah, you must be the Scion party I was told to look out for. If you'll follow me, I'll take you directly to Alliance headquarters. Alright, accompany the resistance fighter to Alliance headquarters, yes. I do like Stormblood's music a lot.
Welcome back, you two. Greetings, Lord Here. Glad you could join us.
Glad to be here. I would have come sooner, where our own defense is not in question, but I am pleased to report that our soldiers are assembling for deployment to Alamigo as we speak.
We're grateful for your support. Thanks to the efforts of our allies, it won't be long before we've established defensive positions on this front as well.
We have some good news too. Alphino has come back to us. As for the bad news...
No word on what has made the Scions collapse.
So, Alphino won't wake up. Gaius van Baelsar is alive and hunting Ascians, and the Empire is planning to poison us all with toxic gas. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. You know, the world's in peril once again.
Ordinarily, any one of those things would have left me in shock. But the way things have been lately, it's all starting to seem pretty normal. Getting back to your report, are we sure this Black Rose is the weapon Maxima was talking about?
It fits the description. And it seems we have Alphino to thank for sparing us an early demonstration of its effectiveness. I have a feeling this won't be the last time his bravery in the Empire will serve us here in Eorzea. The threat of an unknown weapon has had us all on edge. But now that we know what we're dealing with, we can take steps to defend against it. As for Gaius, I'm not sure what to think. Am I happy he's alive? Not in the slightest. Am I happy he's hunting Ascians? Aye, I'd have to say I am.
Yeah, well, that's just kind of about how I feel about it too.
Oh, speaking of Garleans you didn't expect to see, we have a tale of our own, as it happens. When we sent envoys to the Imperial Army to request talks, they returned with the message that Varys Zos Galvus would be attending.
Oh, the Emperor's attending?
The Emperor himself. Well, Varys did sanction the Popularis peace mission. But knowing that an Ascian walks in his son's skin, I do not see how we can trust him or anyone from that nest of vipers.
Fair point.
The Alliance would proceed with negotiations regardless, if only to give ourselves more time to prepare. We do, however, require your cooperation.
Right. Yes. So, as a condition for the talks to go forward, the Empire has requested that a member of the Scions be present. There'll be a representative from each Alliance nation, of course, but I'm afraid we have to ask that you come along too.
Gods, Lise, you know how much I hate politics. But then, what choice do I have? Alphino and the others aren't going to do it.
Another is our warrior of light who doesn't ever speak. So...
Very well. I shall attend as the Scion's representative.
In case you're wondering why I didn't ask you, the Empire also requested the presence of Eorzea's champion.
I'm not fond of politics either.
Oh, you're not, are you? Come on, if Alize can put on a brave face, then so can you. Now, we don't know what Varys means to bring to the table, or why he wants you there, but having you close at hand should make all the difference.
If he's bringing a canister of Black Rose, I'm a little concerned. Wipe out the entire leadership of Eorzea in one fell swoop.
Anticipating an early assault, we mean to position the bulk of our forces nearby.
The Alliance leaders should already be on their way. Once you're ready, we can head out and join them.
So I recall the last time we had a little chat with Varys, it didn't go well. Alize says, if Charlian could not negotiate peace with the Empire, I rather doubt war can be avoided here. But every moment we steal for our preparations will count in the final reckoning. Honestly, if Varys is half the Emperor he theoretically is, having consolidated control, he probably knows that they're buying time. Is Emperor Varys enthralled to the Ascians? That is the question. We don't know. Well, I mean, we know, but they don't. Should the Emperor decide to ignore the rules of Parley, we could be fighting far sooner than we'd like. Keep your weapons close. I always do. Well, I don't suppose it's polite to keep an Emperor waiting too long, shall we? Yeah.
Esteemed representatives of the Eorzean Alliance. On behalf of the Garlean Empire, I thank you for inviting me here today.
Hang on, I was just about ready to say. This was a power move by Varys. They're in his tent. He's got the entire side of the table to himself. Everybody else is on the other side. He walks in last and late, making everybody else wait. If you want to do a power move in politics, that's it. So he's, you know, basically saying, I'm the guy with all the cards here.
As this parley was convened at your request, I invite you to speak first.
It's like you're not in control of this discussion.
Very well, Your Radiance. I, Nanimo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, shall be pleased to oblige you.
Nice. 17th in the line of Ul. That's... She's sticking it to him because he got his position by a coup d'etat, basically.
As recent events in Alamigo and Doma have made plain, the subjugation and exploitation of neighboring nations is not a sustainable policy. Should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us, but you will never extinguish the people's desire for freedom. Though it may not be in our lifetime, there will be another revolution, another war, and the cycle will continue. Doma has entered into a concord with the nations of Eorzea, a partnership wherein we recognize one another as equals. Garlemald could be afforded similar treatment. You need only set aside your ambitions and join us in paving a path towards peace.
You will not win me over with sophistry, Your Grace. As you know only too well, this alliance lacks the strength to keep the peace within its own borders. Even now, your struggles with the Beastmen continue unabated. Divided, you sow this fertile soil with the seeds of your differences and reap naught but discord and chaos for your trouble. Eorzea must be united under one leader, one purpose. I would offer you both and bring an end to your strife.
With all due respect, Your Radiance, the only thing that you offered the people of Alamigo was fear and hopelessness.
The citizens of Doma can also attest to the meager arms of Imperial rule. There is no purpose to be found in a life of oppression, each day more uncertain than the last.
Our people are willing to die for their freedom. A great many already have, and countless more will, if we don't put an end to this madness here and now.
We brought order and stability to your lives. This madness and bloodshed is of your own making. You broke the peace, not Garlemald.
Peace. Order. You kill our peoples, despoil our lands, take everything that is ours. And what? You expect us to lick the boot that grinds our faces into the dirt?
I expect you to weigh the costs. To recognize that countless lives have been lost on both sides in pursuit of a greater good, and to not squander all we have achieved in a fit of petulance.
I wasn't aware that, seeking freedom was a fit of petulance.
Your Radiance. I fear I can personally attest to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous fervor. For 1,000 years, the Holy See of Ishgard waged war with dragons. 1,000 years of sacrifice, of sorrow and hate, in which we bathed in the blood of friend and foe alike. Had it gone on any longer, we may well have drowned. Yet we have chosen to raise ourselves out of this bloody spiral, and have since made peace with our former enemy.
So I understand. No doubt the dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's demise. You speak of peace, yet use war to achieve it. Your father would not have bothered to obscure his intent with honeyed words. He understood that strength is all that matters in the end.
I don't know if it's interesting that Varys knows that Emmerich is, that was the bishop was his father. But then again, Emmerich hasn't been very, secretive about it either.
Without his clarity of vision, I can but wonder what will become of Ishgard and her people.
Ooh. That's a not so subtle dig.
There was a time when Garlemald too lacked a leader of conviction. Weak and unable to wield magic, we were at the mercy of the strong from whom we sought refuge in the bitter cold of the north. Were it not for the discovery of ceruleum and the subsequent development of magitech, we might never have gained the power to take back that which was rightfully ours.
You speak as if your people were the first to have been driven from their homes. Limsa Lominsa was built by wayward souls in search of a place to call their own. On the shores of Vilbrand we found it, and from those humble beginnings did we grow and flourish. And all without robbing our neighbors of their liberty.
So saith the pirate. Am I to believe that you simply asked the kobolds to yield up their lands and that they were happy to oblige you? That you did not drive them out like rats in the hold of one of the many ships seized by your privateers?
Oh, if you're ever going to negotiate with an enemy, it's extremely wise to know your enemy's history in great detail. And Varus obviously has been very educated on his enemies as well as his allies.
I will concede that after centuries of exile, reclamation may be mistaken for invasion. Nevertheless, it is not. And those who till stolen soil have no right to object when cast out in turn.
Except they weren't the original perpetrators.
Your uncompromising nature rivals that of the Ixal. They too lament circumstances which they themselves perpetuate. Were they but to embrace peace, we would welcome them with open arms. Indeed, some few have done just that, and now receive of the Twelve's Wood's bounty. Would that your people might learn from their example.
Ooh, Kane Senna putting some edge into her conversation there. She's usually the more passive type.
You dare compare us to the Birdmen? You who thought to invoke the 12 and threaten all of creation?
I came here in the hope of finding some speck of common ground, but I see now these discussions will accomplish nothing. Despite what you people may believe, I am not wont to choose the sword over the olive branch. 'Tis but a pity men are loath to accept one without first being shown the other.
Wait! I beg you. This meeting was supposed to be a chance to find a way forward together, not to bemoan the missteps which brought us here. Please. If you truly consider violence a last resort, there must be a way we can come to an agreement.
As Mistress Alisaie says, we did not come here to bicker over the past, but to discuss how we might strive towards a brighter future. Emperor Varus, may I suggest a short recess, that all present might compose themselves prior to beginning anew?
Very well. I pray this intermission will suffice to move these talks in a more constructive direction.
So, notice... Oh, you can't go back there. Varus's chair is huge. Everybody else is, like, given these, you know, just basic chairs, right? Everything's decorated in imperial colors and things like that. Honestly, if the Alliance wanted to negotiate from a position of power, they would never have allowed themselves to be in this tent. They would have had their own tent and invited him in. Kane Sena's, I do, and they would have had, you know, all of the banners flying. They would have had a lot more intel about Varus. They weren't prepared for this meeting. I do much wonder at Emperor Varus's decision to attend these negotiations. It is plain he had no intention of hearkening to our entreaties. But what then is his goal? 'Tis true that Limsa beginnings were not wholly honorable, but our old wrongs do not make the Emperor's deeds right. Fair. Nanamo says, For years have we warred with the Empire, and with no end in sight. A parley such as this represents a unique opportunity, and I would not squander it with bitter words. Raban says, Varus holds fast to his ideals, just as I knew he would. He will not be swayed from this path. Why do I get the feeling the Emperor is hiding something? Because he probably is. Ian says, For a moment I feared our talks would descend into violence there and then. Alize speaks of her dislike for politics, but her honest plea may very well have prevented an early battle. Emmerich says, Whatever rebuttal I had in mind was lost when Varus mentioned my father. The man is certainly skilled at keeping his opponents off balance. Phew, this is really not my forte. After his Radiance's little performance, it was all I could do not to swear at him. I honestly don't know how I ended up playing the mediator. Sometimes you end up in situations you never expect to be in, pulling out strengths that you never knew you even had. I just asked myself what Alfino would have done, tried my best to do the same, and by some miracle it worked. But there really is no common ground to be found with that man, nor do I think he looked for any. So the question becomes, what did he come here to do? Because you may be certain it wasn't to make peace. Whatever it is, I can't make it out. Not yet, at least. We do have a little time before the parley is due to reconvene, though, so why not try consulting our illustrious leaders? Mayhap they have some insight to share. Well, okay. We're going to do that again. The meeting isn't due to reconvene for a while yet. You might want to ask the others what they think the Emperor is after. It's not impossible one of them could have spotted something we missed. Delay tactic himself. I wouldn't be surprised if he's amassing troops for a flanking move or something like that. Alright, he doesn't have anything new. Heian says, this parley was never like to bring peace, but I had hoped to learn something of Emperor Varus's relationship with the Asians. Emmerich said, as had we all. Yet if he is in league with them, he is not like to volunteer the fact. And if he is not, how much weaker would his position seem for their presence? If we are to broach that particular subject, we will need to be subtle. Would that I knew more of the man, if you would indulge me, Lord Heian. You received an imperial education, did you not? Is it true that the Emperor's will is considered absolute? Heian says, there is no higher authority in all of Garlemald, nor else in the heavens, come to that. Veneration of the gods is forbidden, the only worship permitted being that of his Radiance's own person. That sounds suspiciously like a religion in itself, yes. I share your disdain for their hypocrisy. Even as they denigrate the idea of faith, they revere their leader with a fervor others reserve for the divine. 'Tis a flaw common to much of the doctrine they fed us, logical on the surface perhaps, but contradictory upon closer examination. I wonder if a discussion of the various discrepancies might prompt Varus to reveal something? Or piss him off, one or the other. Okay. Nanamo says, 12, have mercy. But for Lady Alize's timely interjection, we might well have come to blows at the negotiating table. Not that Emperor Varus left us a great many options. Is unconditional surrender all he will accept, do you think? Raban says, ere he arrived, I'd have said yes, but having heard him speak, I cannot help but think he came with some other end in mind. Lise says, exactly, he's building up to something, I know it. Nanamo says, How then should we approach the rest of the parley? Have you anything to say, Warrior of Light? You could say invite Varus to explain himself, or say nothing of Xenos or the Asians. I don't know. Somebody like that would love to talk about himself, so let's do that. You believe he is more apt to reveal the truth if we put him at his ease? Mayhap you are right. Thank you, Gav. There's a reason they often have a lot of alcohol at business and political events. Loosens tongues. I will say one thing for this Varus. He is well versed in Eorzean history. Kane-sama is. His interest in our affairs is that of a beast in its prey. The conqueror would know his enemies. Rilvib says, all should know their enemies, yet there is much and more we do not know of the Empire. So we can say, I'm sure Varus would be happy to tell you more, or then it's up to us to change that here and now. Ha! You would have me ask the Emperor himself. Well, mayhap there is some wisdom in that. If we can skirt the storm of his displeasure, we may yet come to our answers, even if it does mean sailing close to the wind. Okay. You've spoken with everyone, then? Good. Now all that remains is to await the pleasure of the Emperor and hope we fare better at the second attempt.
Now then, who would have the floor?
He sounds so excited there.
Before we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, we have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
I'll admit your familiarity with our affairs surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim one's homeland. But why expand further? That is my question.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people. Recognizing the threat icons posed the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner. Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the Baron said to have been laid waste by icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
Finally, you ask the right question.
I don't know what those bats are up there.
I can but hope you heed mine answer, and at last accept the righteousness of our cause. My goal is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be. In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more. No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences. There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
What in Rorga's name are you talking about?
I am talking about the origins of this star, of the source and its 13 reflections. At the instant of the great sundering, 'twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfections. That is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother. You all in your own way have proven as much today. The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures. To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined.
Okay, and kill off civilizations on every single planet. Yeah, that sounds like a brilliant idea.
That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
A rejoining of worlds.
I have heard this tale of the Source and its reflections before.
Are these not the self-same desires as the Ascians?
Emperor Varys, do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom. My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
To be a pawn, free from the burden of choice, would be a blessing. But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Garlean Empire was built by the hand of an Ascian.
What?
Yes. My grandsire, the former emperor, is of their number. And who better to build an empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire? Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters, when the prize is true and lasting peace?
Your prize is a lie, your master's demons, or I will stop you in the Ascians no matter the cost. I don't know if Gav would go that far in provocation. He is a cat after all.
I come not to conquer, but to liberate. To free man from the prison of divergence. Imagine a world united. One perfect race beneath a single standard. An army before whose might these servants of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs. We would be the masters of our own fate.
Sure.
I bid you join me, not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
You want to trigger another half-dozen calamities? You can't be serious!
Have you forgotten how many died? There will be no one left.
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
It is unthinkable. Unconscionable.
And what is the alternative? To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together, that we might take fate into our own hands!
Into your hands, perhaps. But what of the other worlds, your radiance? With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
The Ascians, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe. We cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
Are these truly the words of Garlemald's ruler? The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varys, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections, the strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another. While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation. That the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible. Such a man is not fit to govern.
Ooh, you tell him, Nanimo.
And you, warrior of light, would you refuse me as well?
Hell yeah! I cannot condone such a lost life, or we can defeat the Ascians as we are. Yep.
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
You Eorzeans never cease to disappoint me. Though I suppose I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages. This discussion is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting. It will not be at the negotiating table.
Okay, we got lots of people to talk to here. Lucia says, the Temple Knights have deployed in full strength. Eorzea's future is Ishgard's future, and our fates ride upon the outcome of this conflict. Emmerich says, the Ascians are terrible beings indeed that they would... Wait, the Ascians are terrible beings indeed that they would found an entire nation to further their dark designs. It would seem that the Empire's history is as sinister as Ishgard's own. Pippin. My first engagement is Flame General, and it is full-scale war with the Empire. I feel some measure of nervousness, of course, but I swear I'll make Father proud in the battles to come. Nanimo says, now that we have learned the Emperor's true purpose, war has become an inevitability. 'Tis times like these I curse my own uselessness in battle. Kane-senna, I refuse the Emperor's words with all my being. What justice is there in an ideal that demands the sacrifice of so many? Mervid, it makes it a twisted kind of sense that the Empire was built by the Chaos Bringers themselves. The revelation yet rattles me, but now that we know our enemies are one and the same, we have a target upon which to unleash the full force of the Alliance. Keeper of the Entwined Serpents. I was born in the Empire, but I will never serve the Emperor. Only the Seedseer commands my loyalty. Really? Does he have the third eye? You can't tell because his hair's covering it. Ooh. Eorzea says, his grand plan is to bring about more calamities? This is insanity. This madman must be stopped at all costs. Yeah, pretty much. Yugiri says, I'm glad we arrived in time to aid in the battle. Though our vanguard may be small, these few are our chosen elite, the finest warriors of the Far East. Ian says, we suspected Ascians meddled in the shadows of the Empire, but the truth is far beyond my wildest imagining. At least now we know the face of our enemy and need not hesitate to strike at its heart. Did I talk to Raban? The Empire exists to wage war, and war it shall have. But its vast armies pour in like the tides themselves. This could very well be the greatest military threat Eorzea has ever faced. Okay, Lys. I came back to find Doma's advance party ready and waiting for battle, so, as worrying as our little chat with the Emperor was, it did buy enough time to at least some of our allies to arrive. Having listened to Emperor Varus's maniacal plans, Lys is ready to go to war.
I'm not sure what I was expecting from our meeting with the Emperor, but it wasn't that. Still, at least we know now what he's really after.
Aye, a future built on a mountain of bodies. I too want the Ascians dead, but not at any cost.
The last of the reinforcements from Doma arrived not long ago. I pray it will be enough. Given the Emperor's stated goal, this is a battle we can ill afford to lose.
If the Gallians come in force, we may not have much say in the matter, even with our combined strength.
We knew from the first that the odds would be against us. But if there is even the slightest chance of victory, we must do everything in our power to seize it.
We must seize it, full stop.
Here!
The two of you are to join an irregular unit and support the main host. I won't bother asking if you're minded to fight.
After coming this far, how could I not?
Eorzea says, oh yeah, I'm all in for this.
And for once, there's no one around to countermand me. Not that they would. Not even my brother. But we all know who really make the difference. Ready to frighten some Garleans?
I wouldn't want to be on their side.
Might I ask you to accompany the Dorman contingent? They are strangers here, and your presence would do much to raise their spirits.
We would be honored.
When our people stride out with you in their midst, I dare say the Eorzeans will feel an ilm taller themselves. High spirits have a way of spreading.
What I wouldn't give to join you. But my duties as field commander will not allow it. I'll leave the front lines in your capable hands. Comrades, ready your arms. The hour of battle has come. May the crystal guide us to victory!
the others couldn't be here, we'll have to fight twice as hard. If Alphinaud wakes to find the Imperials have won, I shall never hear the end of it.
It's a reason we're going to win today. It's because we don't find Alphinaud to get mad at us for losing.
It's strange. I thought I would be terrified when the fighting started. I should be terrified. But with you at our side, I can't help feeling everything is going to be all right.
Aw, thanks.
So please, don't you dare leave me alone. No matter what happens, we have to survive together.
Yep. The Gimlet Dark, now accessible. Right. We're going to do this with, I'm going to do it with the party of NPCs. Okay. I'm going to eat my food, though. Rauban says, my duties as field commander demand I remain here at my post, but I have no doubt the front lines are in capable hands. Okay. They have anything else for us? Eorzea says, stay focused now. Let's show the Empire what we're made of. Yugiri says, there's a chill in the air and I speak not of the weather. Nay, this is the palpable tension that precedes a bloody battle. Ian says, the Eastern Alliance stands ready to fight. Let us seize victory this day and rescue the Morrow for all our pupils. Okay. Anybody else have anything else to say? Alright. Let's go. We get Eorzea, and we get Hien, and we get a random healer NPC. Of course, Eorzea is gonna like do the limit break before I can even do it. Alright, here we go! One or more of the party members have yet to complete this duty. Wait, this is a level 70. Oh well, okay. No holding back. All right. They did a nice job of, like, depicting the... Oh, what's down here? Ah, nothing. I've never been this way. Okay. It's like crazy amounts of stuff going on here. Oh, they can run over the barriers, but we can't. Ah, didn't mean to do that. Just keep going down. Alright, let's keep killing. No, stay out of the AoE circles. Hello, whoever joined us. Welcome aboard. We are in the Gimlet Dark, fighting off. She had a big, long discussion with Emperor Varus, which, no surprise, didn't go well. This is the last dungeon of Stormblood series. Come on to the other side here. The bad thing about going with NPCs is they don't have near the firepower that an actual live group of people do. And just keep moving as things disappear. I used Arcane Crest there to mitigate some of that damage. You can also use Feint. This looks like a red hand there. Or red icon with a hand.
Forward! Forward!
Just run right under his legs there. Faster than going around.
It's all over now.
Whoa! Where'd my guys go? You guys stop way back there. Okay. No pugnaxes were harmed in the making of this film. Hey, there's some more of our allies here.
I shan't hold back!
I don't know if they have any NPCs named Medicus, but if they do, you want to kill those first. Because those are the healers. Things die a lot faster if you don't have the healer. My way.
You shall fall soon enough.
But wait, there's more. I think we're supposed to go down this way. Okay. We're gonna fight Prometheus. Oh, Alice! Supposed to let me do that. I'm the melee one. Okay, he's gonna go watch the walls. Okay, so you see where the wall is glowing over there? Right here. That's the direction he's gonna come out in. And you want to not be on that side. Stay out of that AoE there, that's in front. Stay out of this AoE too. Now, if you are playing Reaper, see this little debuff here? That's designed. You want to keep that up all the time. All the time. Because, we're going to go into the center. It's what helps you build your stacks here. And you do extra damage. So whatever you got to do to keep an eye on that is very important. You can set your debuffs so that yours are the one in front, so to speak. So you can rearrange your buffs and debuffs, how they are displayed. Alright, it is dead. Dead. The Field of Ash.
You underestimate me. Let us be about it.
Oh man, some of my favorite boys in the game are right here. Emmerich and Ian. If only Thancred and Estinian were here too. My night would be complete. Oh wait, there's more of them.
This knight does not yield.
Now to be able to see battles, I like to have my camera scrolled way out. Like, this is the farthest it'll go. When I was playing Star Wars, I actually adjusted my INI file to be able to scroll out even farther. Unfortunately, you can't do that in this game. But I have it because I want to be able to see ground effects like that. So that I can get the heck out of them. Trying to hit my positionals. I'm not too worried about it. If you're wondering whether you should hit positionals or hit a skill, hit a skill. Okay. More important to hit something than to make it wait to try and hit a positional. Okay. So positionals will come with time. A lot of people like freak out. I haven't got my positionals. Well, you need to get the battle mechanics down first. You can get positionals will come later. As you get better at the class too. Okay. Just learn the battle first. Now, if you're in a position where you really gotta like keep track of your positional or whatever, then I would highly recommend practicing on a target dummy. Okay, we want to be out of whatever the hell this is. Oh, but wait, there's more. Colossus rubricatus. I don't know what an unbreakable Cermet blade is. Oh, everybody's going under here. Okay. Kane sent the dome of protection over the top of us. Thank you, Kane. No less than I'd expect from the Seed Seer. Right? Oh, she got hit there. Self-detonate? That's no good.
Time to get serious.
Ah, there you go, Lise. Nice. Leave it to Lise to pierce Warmack and taste my steel. Okay. They've got the rest of it under control there. I got 5 gazelle hides there. These savages bested our vanguard? Impressive. But in the end, they are only that. Savages. Now, let us be brief. His radiance awaits. Okay, these are the 2 people that were like standing guard for Varus during the meeting. Hey, we're fighting her first. We're gonna get out of that. Okay. Oh, that was bad. I forgot about those. There we go. Start over. Start over. Don't do that again. Okay, well, we're just gonna stand in the center here, okay? Honest to God, I don't tie this often in a real party. Alright. Third time's the charm. Oh, we want to stay out of those X's. We're gonna go over there. Maybe they felt sorry for us and decided not to do the little cylinders of doom. Order to bombard. Okay. Impressive, Anya. Let us engage them together. Oh, I must have killed him. Kind of have to watch where the lines are going. Commence airstrike. Okay. Oh, great. I made it! I gotta kill her fast.
You shall fall soon enough.
Out of my way!
be nothing left of you but a smoking crater.
It seems we have no choice, Julia. You should feel honored, savages. Few are they who have witnessed this twice. Okay, get out of there. Farewell, savages. All right. We did it. We have served our purpose. Come, we shall withdraw for now. It's a little bright there. Yes, the joy ear wiggle. This is the reason I picked a male Makote, just so I could have the ear wiggle. Alright.
We did it! I dare say they'll be reeling from this.
You were truly inspiring in battle, my friend. I'm determined not to be outdone, but there seems to be no one left to fight.
A tactical withdrawal, perhaps?
We should give chase. Finish them off while we have the chance. Imagine the other surprise when they wake to find the war already won.
Uh-oh.
The light will expunge all life. Only you can forestall the calamity. Throw wide the gates.
No! 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 Not like...
Oh no, don't tell me. Are you all right? Quickly, we must get her back to the encampment.
It was a cool effect. You could like see her soul like leaving her body there. That was pretty neat. Ian says, Eorzea is being cared for at the infirmary. Would that there were more we could do for her. Okay, Raban says. So the Garleans have been routed, have they? Well done. Though this exchange was no more than a test of our strength, like as not. They won't be taking any chances now that the Emperor has joined the fray. They'll want to take their time, whittle down our defenses. Still, with your help, and that of our eastern allies, we've passed the first test. Our line is unbroken. As for Eorzea, well, she's in good hands over at the infirmary. Yugiri says, My lord, the Corrigians have completed their examination of Mistress Eorzea, and it is as we feared. She is locked in a slumber without any outward cause. Just like the others. Damn it all. Raban says, Aye, the Garleans picked a fine time to come knocking. 5 scions incapacitated, and with the enemy on our doorstep, I cannot spare the men to assist in a search for the cure. The best I can do is to see to it that Eorzea is escorted safely back to the Rising Stones. Ian says, Yugiri and I would return to our encampment. The main contingent of our forces from the Far East is under sail, and all must be made ready for their arrival. Robin says, I'll not keep you then. Judging by the Garleans' recent movements or lack thereof, they won't be launching another offensive in the immediate future. You should return to the Rising Stones. Given the plight of your fellow scions, I can understand if you feel on edge, but you'll be no good to anyone without rest. Alright, anything else? Go on now, rest. You've more than earned it. We'll contact you the moment the Garleans show any sign of stirring. Alright. Speak with Hoary Boulder at the Rising Stones. Let's go. Let's go do it, people. Just making sure my door was open so Jake could come into my office. He's been sleeping all day long, man. Just like a cat. He's an old boy, though. He's 15 years old. It's hard to believe he's 15 already. Alright, I would love to know where I'm going. Right here is where we're going. Let's see what Alion has to say. Both Mistress Kryl and Master Matoya have taken up the search for a cure to this strange sleeping sickness. I pray they find a remedy soon. Alright. Isildur. Confound these old bones, useless as I am. I should have been the one to be struck down. Clemens. Oker's sister and I will take turns to keep watch over the slumbering Archons. We'll not leave them unattended even for a moment. Okay, good. Does Kultane have anything new for us? As a mage, I have some few scholarly acquaintances of my own, and will reach out to them for further insights. It may not be much, but 'tis my own little way of aiding Mistress Eorzea. Just making sure I'm not missing anybody. Ifemi says, Ryle has left to rendezvous with Alliance forces. He means to serve in Thancred's stead in their infiltration missions. Well, Ryle could do a good job. Ah, Gav, welcome home. Word has it, you and Mistress Eorzea gave the Garleans quite a thrashing. Speaking of whom, where is Mistress Eorzea? I was certain she should have returned by now. By the 12, not her, too. Oker and I will ready the infirmary for her arrival. We will also need to send a message to Tataru post-haste. Ugh. Would that I had something other than grim tidings to share with her. And with you, too, for that matter. It grieves me to report that the Archon's condition remains unchanged. As we speak, Kultane Kryl and Master Matoya continue to explore every possible avenue. Alas, their efforts have yet to bear fruit. But all is not lost. You are still hale and whole, after all, though I suspect you must be tired from your journey. You should rest, my friend. Leave the worrying to us for the time being, at least. Okay. This is the only game I've ever been told to rest in. Like, no place else tells you to rest. Meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo... You don't salute in the field. What is it good for? The face of war. Ori Boulder's sullen expression suggests he has no news to share, which in this case may not mean good news. Ah, Gav, yours is a welcome face indeed in these troubled times, though if you come to inquire about our stricken brothers and sisters, I'm afraid I have naught to report. Kultene and the others continue their tireless search for answers, and I too have done all in my power to assist them. Alas. My apologies for the intrusion. I was told Master Alfino had been brought here and wished to see if his condition had improved. Master Gav, I've heard about the part you played in driving back the Empire's forces. Thank you. That you were able to stop them, if only for a short while, gives me hope. I realize how strange such words must sound coming from a Garlean's lips, but I speak them out of the love I bear for my homeland, because I wish to see an end to the bloodshed. That is why I chose to share all that I know with the Alliance. Though I will surely be branded a traitor, I am content to bear that ignominy. 'Twill seem a small price to pay if it helps to prevent this conflict from escalating any further. But enough of my prattling. The war is not what brought me all this way. I came to see Master Alfino. An acquaintance of Gav and Alfino, are you? Well, far be it from me to turn away good company if you'll follow me, sir. Wait, he gets to see him and we don't? Okay. No, we still didn't. When word reached me that Alfino had returned, it seemed only right that I visit him. Poor lad, it pains me to see him thus, but I take solace in the knowledge that he is safe and well cared for. He fought valiantly at the burn. The Popularis could not have wished for a more committed ally. I know not how I came to be so afflicted, but I pray a cure will be found soon. On an unrelated note, you may be interested to know that I traveled here in the company of another acquaintance of yours. He awaits my return at North Silvertier, and I am certain he would be glad to see you, assuming you can spare the time, that is. I got nothing going on right now. Let's go check it out. I'm going to go in the solar and see if there's anything else going on there. Nope. I'm going to take one trip to the Waking Sands. Real quick, and then we'll come back to Revenant's Toll, because I need to turn in this item, I think, to Eorzea. I think. Before he disappears on us officially. Even though he's officially disappeared. Mend our gear. Until a new dawn breaketh over the realm, I shall continue to serve. How fares the realm? 'Twas but a small contribution to your triumph over Xenos in the grand scheme of things, but it was my hope that in fashioning for thee the improved etheric siphon, I would, in a manner of speaking, honor my dearest Moonbreeda. Alright, it was a small contribution that I made in your fight against Xenos, but it was my hope in making this etheric siphon that I would help, you know, honor Moonbreeda. Like others whom we have lost along the way, she remaineth forever in mine heart, and in Lisa's too, I suspect. They shared an interest in the martial arts and often engaged in contests of strength. Indeed, were Moonbrita still among us, I have no doubt that she would have fought on the front lines alongside you all. Alright, what of the expedition? Before thee lieth the portal to momentous truth. Thou seekest a primal unknown, dwelling deep within the realm's unseen wounds. I pray thee ward my master's grandchild from unearthly harm. Okay. In that portal, you're looking for a unknown primal that is deep in the wounds. I pray that you keep my master's grandchild, basically Alphino and Alize, from unearthly harm. What are the primals? So another primal hath arisen in the northern lands, one whose might transcendeth all who have gone before. And those that thou didst fell are returned once more, imbued with hitherto unseen strength by the Paragons. So the ones you killed before have been brought back by the Paragons, even stronger. These servants of darkness continue to sow their dark seeds to ends none but they know. We must needs remain vigilant. Pray, stand ever ready to answer the call to arms, but for none but thee canst prevail over the beings. Okay, you're the only one who can save us from impending doom. Okay, speak with Maxima in North Silvertier. I had this item in my inventory that I needed to turn in to him. But apparently, I don't know if I had 2 of them or what. Looking at the Crystarium over there, if you have not done the first series of Alliance Raid, the Crystal Tower Alliance Raid series, and you're in Stormblood, you need to get them done because you won't be able to go into Shadowbringers until you have them completed. Alright? So, make sure you pick those up. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. The chaos of your first Alliance Raid is a lot of fun. If you can go with a friend, do that, because that'll make it a lot more fun for you. If you are going into it blind with nobody to help you out, just follow everybody. You'll die often, but that's okay. Just follow everybody. It's like a mass insanity of 24 people running towards the objectives. Maxima says, ah, there you are. I was beginning to think you would not come. I gotta admit, I kind of like Maxima. Sid says, it sounds like you've been through the mill. You should have called me. Though I must confess, tracking down missing souls isn't exactly within my field of expertise. Maxima says, as you may have surmised, I heard much of Master Garland growing up in Garlemald. Indeed, he has long been a source of inspiration to me. Most Garleans would say he is a traitor, that he turned his back on his country. We of the Populares, however, consider him a revolutionary, a man willing to defy the Empire's dreams of subjugation, that his inventions might bring about a better future for all mankind. Sid says, please, revolutionary is a term best reserved for my work. I'm but an Imperial defector who thought to aid another Imperial defector. Whatever Master Garland says, I am humbled to find myself in such distinguished company. Speaking of distinguished company, we heard from Rauban that you ran into an old friend in the burn. Is it true? Gaius still lives? Yeah, frighteningly so. Like many in the army, I never had the privilege of seeing the legatus without his mask. To think I walked halfway across the burn in the presence of the Black Wolf. Sid says, and he claimed to have severed ties with the Empire to hunt Ascians, did he? After his humbling at the Praetorium, one would think he'd have the good sense to stay dead. Should we meet again, I shall be sure to tell him so. You know, guys like that don't stay dead, you know. They have a mission to achieve in life. And even if the mission changes, they still have a mission to achieve in life. They're not going to play dead, hide, usually. Maxima says, Commander Aldine also spoke of the Alliance's meeting with the Emperor, though I still labor to believe what he told us. Did his Radiance really claim that Garlemald was founded by the Ascians? But that is madness. The very notion is absurd. Every fiber of my being rails against it. And yet I see there is no escaping the truth. From the very founding of my homeland, my brothers and sisters have laid down their lives in service to a lie. The Ascians must be stopped to save my people, to save all peoples. Sid says, for all the Empire's many crimes, even I did not suspect. Had I known, I would have left a lot sooner. But that is in the past. Here in the present, we must apply ourselves to the problem of how the Empire's ambitions may be thwarted, not only in Eorzea, but in the Far East as well. The Ironworks will spare no effort to achieve that end. Seiriu's wall was a good start, but we can do more, and we will. We'll show them what it means to achieve freedom through technology. Alliance Herald says, begging your pardons, I bear a message for the Warrior of Light. Commander Aldine requests your presence at Alliance headquarters in Alamigo. He would discuss matters of strategy at your earliest convenience. Ah, yes, the inevitable messenger. I knew it wouldn't be long before duty called you away. Time, no doubt, being of the essence. Could I tempt you to a ride aboard the Excelsior? If there's a faster way to Raubon's side, I will personally apologize to the commander for keeping him waiting. Sure. I mean, we could teleport over there, but why not? Alright, Maximus says, I too will make for the border anon. If there is aught I can do to help, I consider it my duty to see it done. Alright. Sid says, I swear, every time you board my airship, you seem to be barreling headlong into danger. And every time, you somehow contrive to emerge victorious. Which, of course, is an admirable skill. But no one is invincible, Gav, not even you. So please, take care of yourself out there. Maximus says, I pray you remain safe on the front lines. Though ill-equipped to join the fray, I shall do all I can to assist from headquarters. Sid says, my colleagues and I have been tasked with evacuating casualties by air. See that you aren't among them, eh? Alright. Requiem for Heroes. Despite the apparent urgency of Raubon's summons, the Resistance fighter seems content to wait for your signal to proceed. Commander Aldine is waiting, sir. It would be best if we proceeded to Alliance headquarters at once. Let's eat some food. You ready? Yep. Have little bubbles of Alright, Raubon has an instant duty bubble around him. You're here. Good. I summoned you to discuss strategy, but first I would apprise you of the Garlean's movement. Upon speaking with Raubon, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Yes, leave yourself a good portion of time. Level sync is in effect. If you are above the maximum allowed level, it'll be synced to level 70.
There have been several skirmishes along the border, but as yet neither side has delivered a decisive blow. We had long assumed that the Garleans would overwhelm us in a straight fight, but we seem to be gaining ground, albeit slowly. As to why that might be, the most likely explanation is that they have yet to commit all their forces. Still, we're
Hi, Jakey.
and our latest intelligence suggests the Emperor has retreated back to Garlemald. In light of this, we're considering launching an offensive with the aim of pushing the front line forward and giving ourselves some room to breathe.
Commander! The Imperials! They've broken through our defenses to the east.
What?
Our scouts say their forces are being led by Lord Xenos. Lord Heian and Commander Hext have taken their troops to provide support, but we don't know how long they can hold out.
So, they've been biding their time, waiting for his arrival, have they? Very well. Send word to our allies, requesting reinforcements for the front line. Should the worst come to the worst, I may need to enter the fray myself. But what of you? Do you still have the strength to fight?
You need only say the word, or as long as you leave the Ascian to me.
He may not die as such, but to see Lord Xenos fall on the battlefield would deal a heavy blow to Imperial morale. I'll see to it the men stay clear.
Why won't they open? Please, I bid you open.
Nope, not yet.
What's wrong? Is it the voice again?
Well, come here.
Are you sure you're in a fit state to do this? May Ralga grant us strength.
Come on, you want to come up?
Give him hell, lad. I, for my part, will defend this place to my
There you
dying
are.
breath.
Come here. Come here. Come on. Well, come here. Come on. There you go. Come on. Here. Okay. I think we're playing as Heian right now. Hold your ground until the Warrior of Light arrives. Okay, we've got Yagetsu combo. Ajisai delivers an attack with a potency of 100. Oh, that one does their damage over time. Okay. Hisatsu Gyoten rushes target. Second wind gives us our heal. Okay. Soon I shall give the lie to your man's indomitable spirit. Yeah, you want to stay in the blue circle if you can. So it gives you a little heal. fight and struggle if that is your want, but you will not escape your fate. Ah, that one's brutal. Our fate is not for you to decide. The nephew will learn your place. Oh, what is this sorcery? I don't know. Pun. Oh, no you don't.
Here it comes.
We're down for the count.
The weave of a shinobi's power. The art of my forebears.
Nice. Well done dispelling his phantoms. Now hurry, we must protect Lise. Warrior of Light is but a few hundred something away. Oh boy.
Damn you!
Oh! Broke his mask. Good job, Lise. Got to break his face. But don't break it too badly. Everybody loves his pretty face.
Magic. With a Garlean body. That's hardly fair.
Right?
Still, he must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Bringer of light. It has been too long. No words to mark our reunion? So be it. Equilibrium must be restored, and only your death will redress the balance.
The coming battle you will fight as Gavtia. Oh, good! Good! Triple. Spark. Kind of have to keep an eye on where those things are spawning if you have to run to the edge. I used arm's length so that I don't have to worry about that. You are a strong bringer of light, but her blessing will avail you not. Take out the sword. No matter, you have bested my brain, but I will not be cast aside so easily. Okay. I'm betting you don't want to get hit by these blue balls either. Duty complete. Yeah! Oh no. That ain't fair!
Your mother chose her champion well. Yet, for all your strength, you will still fail.
Please, I beseech you.
Someone calls to you.
How does he know that?
Too late, alas.
No.
At last, I found you. Please, there's no cause for alarm. Though, I confess, this is not where I had intended to meet. But the place of our meeting is of no consequence, like the war you wage. Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. The better path leads you here, to me. I have need of your strength.
Say, who are you? Or you have to send me back now. So who are you?
I'm afraid such questions will have to wait. We have precious little time, and your work is not yet done. Go to the Crystal Tower. I have left something for you near its base. It will serve as a beacon of sorts, one which I pray will help you on your journey. All you need do is find it. I will take care of the rest. Soon, we will throw wide the gates, and the path to the first will be yours to walk at last.
Where am I?
You're awake. Thank heavens.
What happened? Where's Xenos? Where's Xenos?
I see you recall that much, at least. In the midst of your duel, it is said you faltered, and that the Crown Prince seized the opportunity to deliver a mortal blow. Yet before his blade could find its mark, he was distracted by the arrival of a second adversary who bore you away from the battlefield and into the hands of our chirurgeons. Lest you wonder, he left before you awoke. As is his wont. Estinian never was one for emotional farewells. Though Xenos bested all before him, the battle clearly took its toll, for he retreated shortly after your rescue. Seeing this, The remaining Imperial forces decided discretion was the better part of valor and pulled back, allowing us to re-establish our position. We have since received word of renewed unrest in the provinces, doubtless inspired by the efforts of the Eorzean Alliance and our Far Eastern allies. Nor does the good news end there. We have also come into possession of intelligence suggesting unrest within the Imperial Court.
Ooh, good.
This would certainly explain why both the Emperor and Lord Xenos appear to have abandoned the fight. A long-awaited ray of hope in these dark times.
Is Eorzea alright? And what of the Scions?
Yet to awake, I'm afraid. But please, concentrate on your own recovery for now. You have carried the hopes of some half-dozen nations, and we are all eternally grateful for your efforts. But no one is without their limits, not even you.
Fair.
Leave this fight to us, my friend. You have earned your rest. But before I forget, I was asked to deliver a message as soon as you awoke. A reminder that you are not alone, though many of your allies have fallen. When you are well and rested, you are to return home, where friends will be waiting for you.
Ah.
Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to the front. May we meet again soon, under happier circumstances.
Oh, we got rescued by a Stinian. Okay. That was pretty cool. Well, this is a most unexpected surprise. I thought you confined to bed. Oh. When I heard that you had collapsed on the field of battle, I confess I feared the worst. But with you standing here before me, I see now that the reports of your defeat were greatly exaggerated. Thank the Fury. As long as we have you, Master Tia, history suggests we have a fighting chance. Speaking of fighting, you may be surprised to hear that the war's effects can already be felt even here in Ishgard. In anticipation of a need for reinforcements, our Tuarel will soon be departing for the front lines with a contingent of our finest knights. I would advise you to stay until your strength has returned, but I know it would be an exercise in futility. Indeed, I suspect you have already decided on your next destination. Dark days lie ahead, of that I have no doubt, but the light of hope shall ever guide our steps so long as we have the will to press onward. And press onward we must. Farewell, my friend. I pray our next meeting will be under happier circumstances. Count Edmond de Forton says, "You know that you will be welcome at you know that you will ever be welcome at House Forton. Now away with you. I dare not keep you any longer. I want to see what these guys have to say." Andalou? Yeah, finally up and about, I see. Everyone feared the worst when they brought you to the infirmary, but I knew you would pull through. Something tells me your part in this war is far from over. Lucia says, your deeds have scattered the dark clouds that have long loomed over Ishgard. On my oath, we shall not squander the bright future that you have won for us. Hey, return to the Rising Stones. Yeah. I think so. Should be able to. Oh, are you going to bed? Oh. Night, babe. Gotta give MamaCatGamer a goodnight kiss. I do have to let the dog in shortly, too. Welcome aboard, everyone. I think we're on the final quest, or last one or two quests.
By the 12! I don't believe it! I rushed back as soon as I could. I swear, my heart nearly stopped when I heard you'd collapsed like the others. What in heaven's name is going on? Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. Oh, well, that's helpful.
Right.
And what else did he say? The better path leads to him? If his is the voice you've all been hearing, perhaps the others are with him. Sir Emmerich said the fighting had reached a stalemate, didn't he? But if that monster masquerading as Xenos comes back... Thancred, Yestola, Eorzea, Alphino, Alize... You're going to need all of them on your side to defeat him. And I forbid you from going to face him on your own. Do you hear me? So if you must leave, go and find the others. Bring them home. As for where to start, you said the stranger had left a beacon for you at the Crystal Tower, right? But how are you to find it, now that the tower has been sealed shut? There has to be a way. If anyone would know, it's Sid, and the researchers of St. Coinac's find. Don't you worry, we'll find that beacon for you.
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace...
I pray you have good reason for abandoning the front.
How could I remain there while the rumor that my son is possessed by a demon spreads like a sickness here at home? I will not be made to fight for the throne a second time. But what of you? Did you not tell me you would destroy Eorzea's champion with the ease that one might swat a fly?
A minor setback. He will not escape me again. Where is your grandsire? I would have words with him.
How should I know? Do you hide from each other's sight as well? I imagine he's doing what all Ascians do.
He must have found a way to take advantage of this turmoil.
Men are not pawns to be played with, Ascian. You underestimate us at your peril. This war will not be decided by you and yours. Man must choose his own fate, and I, for my part, will do all within my power to see Garlemald emerge victorious.
Pray forgive the intrusion, Your Radiance, but the requested preparations are now complete. We stand ready to begin production of Black Rose upon your order.
Guess we're moving forward with that one. All right. We got the credits here, man. Which I'm going to escape through. If you want to watch the credits, go to the Final Fantasy XIV YouTube channel. I think they have the credits there. I am going to escape out of this. Let's see what they all have to say. Alion, grandfather doubts his ability to contribute to the Scions, and try as I might, I cannot assuage his doubts. Would that Home was here, he would know what to say. Dower says, everyone labors tirelessly to fulfill the Scions' duties in their absence, and yet I sometimes wonder what worth that remains in these old bones of mine. Sometimes it's not the physical, sometimes it's the wisdom. Ryle said, I thought things couldn't get any worse when the Garleans were gearing up for war. Then word reached me the Scions were in trouble. We need to find that beacon and find it quick. Kultane says, I'm afraid there is still no change in the Scions' condition, and the means to wake them from their slumber yet eludes us. I pray this beacon at the Crystal Tower might guide us to an answer. Ori Boulder says, our brothers and sisters are fallen, 'tis true, but duty will not afford us time to wallow in misery. Until they are returned to us, we must work twice as hard. Oker says, my brother says he will work twice as hard in the Scion's stead, which likely means I must work thrice as hard as if I'm to match his pace. Femi says, in light of the present condition of the Scions, even Ryle has returned from a field. Never has there been a greater need to marshal our resources. Aenor and Clemence Enor says, I never realized just how critical a role the Archons played in all that we do here. Won't be easy to make up for their absence. You needn't worry about the Scions. Ochre, my sister, and I have been keeping over them and must be keeping watch over them in shifts ever since they arrived in the Rising Stones. If only they would give some sign of stirring. Tataru says, I knew you'd be alright, and to celebrate your return, I made you this. A brand new traveling outfit. Oh, I do hope it fits. But now is not the time to fuss over your measurements. I must go and speak with the researchers of St. Koinak's find. You go and rest while we track down that beacon.
My enemy. My friend. Had I been but a step faster.
My enemy, my friend.
Bloody savages!
Ooh.
A pity your hunt leads you elsewhere. Not that I am surprised. May you find joy in it. Grow stronger, more savage, and savor every triumph. In the meantime, I will reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
I think the Crystal Tower is so pretty. In the midst of a requiem for heroes, a voice rings out across time and space. In fields of tranquil light, sow you seeds of darkness. All right. Let me check something real quick. Okay. That's going to take us into Shadowbringers. So I'm going to take a short break. I got to bring the doggy into the house and do a bio break because this has been like a long cutscene. It's like, holy cow. Let me see what our outfit looks like, though. Oh, Prometheus card. I didn't have that one. Cool. That actually likes that. I like that. I like that. Let's do a die preview. You know me, I gotta have the blue and black thing going on. Alright. I am actually gonna go put that in my What do those pants look like? Yeah, not too keen on those. Those actually look okay too. I'm gonna put that in my glamour dresser actually. I like that jacket a lot. All right. Anyways, so I'm gonna take a break. Get things set up for Shadowbringers. And give me about 10-15 minutes and I will be back. So we're taking a quick break. All right, cats and kittens, we are back. Got a new background. We got a new cam background. Yeah. Mysterious Crystal Man. Okay. Things got very good very soon, right? Yes, definitely. All right, I want to watch. Well, hi, Jakey. I want to watch the opening movie here.
How many years have come and gone since that day? How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called. The warrior of light.
Nice. Weary wanderer. No fight left to fight. No life left to live. Oh, it comes, the end, your end. Who are you? Knowing nothing.
What sayest thou, Master Matoya? We may accept this fate or defy it, but we cannot deny it.
Eorzea. It's a Stola. It's like cycling through all his jobs, man.
Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
This town certainly has changed.
Thancred. Nice. Oh.
I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, Ophelia.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Good. A great opener. Great opener, man. All right. We are back in the game. We didn't have a very long queue at all. That's pretty amazing. All right, maintenance tonight, starting at 11 p.m. Pacific Daylight. Okay, I still have a little bit of time. Circus Trench. Tataru is itching to share what happened. What appears to be good news. Good news, Gav. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for the beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows near the base of the crystal tower. A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the Ironworks and the Suns not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. Then we better go and give them a hand, or sounds like tedious work, but not as tedious as waiting around, I suppose. Exactly, so I was thinking we should go and lend a hand. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling again. Meaning we have no time to lose. There's a boat in North Silvertier waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. All right. All right, does Ryle have anything new for us? I'm holding the fort. Someone needs to keep an eye on the Empire after all. Anything new? Pray this beacon you spoke of leads you to the others. Gods, where could they be? In the absence of the others, we must manage the affairs of the Rising Stones to the best of our ability. Would that we could do more. Well, Isildur now has something to do, so hopefully staying busy will give him some purpose, you know? Gotta stay busy as you get older. The others have left to search for the beacon. Weren't you joining them? No, I'm standing here talking to you people first, because, you know, you're my buds. You're my best buds. Alright. Speak with the St. Koinek ferryman in North Silvertier. Okay. You know, I thought when I started this afternoon, I thought, I only got like 6-7 quests done. I'll be done in a few hours, right? I forgot how long the cutscenes are. It's just, oh, nice view. That is a nice view. Let's go flying. It'll be an even nicer view there. That is great. It's just so beautiful. Yep, there's our ferryman. Heading to the survey site, sir. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat. Sure. Alright. See what Hoary Boulder has to say. Yeah, the search continues, but I have no doubt we'll find this beacon of yours. Coultonay? The air weighs heavily upon me. 'Tis little wonder, I suppose, when standing in the shadow of such an imposing structure. Son of St. Koinek. Towering edifice is the outer wall of the Crystal Tower's foundation. The labyrinth of the ancients, to be precise. Yeah, we know, we've been there. The ironworks is out in force, Master Garland's orders. Clemence, I've detected no slavering beasts in the vicinity. My sister accepted. Sounds like a true sibling. The Archons need our help. Next to that, even matters of the heart don't seem to matter. Alright, Tataru.
Look how many people there are! Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Sure.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We found bugger all without you.
Biggs! Wedge!
I just love that they're named Biggs and Wedge. Star Wars reference.
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
And hello again. Hello again.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Uh-oh.
Now I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Oh, safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home. For showing me the dawn's light will shine again.
Oh, do not look at me so.
You're slaves to a tyrant! There's no freedom in that!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you!
I must say your spirited accounts always comes in welcome.
We did everything right! Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this!
Your time has not yet come.
Ooh. It's a little bright. Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
Night? But it's bright as day.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, yet he'd reply. Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when. You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got
to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then. Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium. Dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
It's a beautiful piece of music. Okay, we gotta go to... head to the Crystarium. Okay. To make sure my mic was on. Beautiful, beautiful piece of music. Oh my gosh. That's gorgeous.
Halt! Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
Sure.
From where do you hail?
Gridania, the source.
The source? What is this cryptic nonsense? Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass. That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand.
Oh no.
Everything all right, Captain?
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort him to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Okay.
Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
Not sure I had much choice, but okay.
I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Are the other scions here, or do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused? Let's do that.
An inkling, yes. I can only beg your forgiveness. Matters here forced my hand. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you. Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes. Though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
Wow.
Such a proud and vibrant city.
Beautiful.
The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol. A monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Nice. It was beautiful. The first time I saw this, I didn't have a computer with this level of graphics. It was an older rig. And I could only play on like medium or low. And to see this in, you know, the nearly max graphics, it's like, oh, like, you know, even the patterns in here. Oh my god, this place is gorgeous. I think this city-state is probably one of the prettiest. And it certainly has the best music, I think. Crystal Lexart says, and here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. Okay, I'm going to do one thing real quick. I don't want to get stuck in maintenance and not have this aetherite attuned. We're gonna go do that right now. Oh, it's not responding. Oh no. Maybe I gotta talk to him first. Okay, here's a request for you. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium's civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetherite, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should in theory be able to reach all the way back along your etheric trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. After you have done so, walk up the steps next to the Aetherite and head out to the left to arrive in the crystalline mean. This is where you will find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Catless, one of the people I should like you to meet. Another is Morin. To reach him and his cabinet of curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps, take the exit on the left, and simply continue straight along and down until you come to the large doors at the end of the path. The third and final person I should like you to meet is Bragi, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Aetherite Plaza. In seeking out each of my colleagues, you will place the major districts of the city. You will visit the major districts of the city, and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Crystal clear. To the right and down the where now? My apologies, I forgot. I forget how confusing the Crystarium can be for newcomers. Not to worry, I'm sure you'll soon become accustomed to its twists and turns. In all honesty, the true challenge may be in finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you've finished making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Until then. I got ahead of myself there. Should have talked to him first. By focusing your senses, you detect the flow of vastly distant currents of ether. Your connection to these energies is faint but stable and should allow teleportation to etherites in the source. Oh, that's good. I am... going to set this as my home point, actually. Alright. Now that we've attuned, I am going to call it here because we've been streaming for like forever. Because I really, really wanted to finish Stormblood and get into Shadowbringers. So, on that note, cats and kittens, we're going to do our cat joke because we always have to have a cat joke. Alright. How does a cat sing scales? Do, re, meow. Do, re, meow. Alright, that was a terrible one. They're all terrible. What can I say? Alright, cats and kittens, thanks for coming along with me on my journey from Stormblood into Shadowbringers. We've got some exciting times ahead for us. Great, great, great story. So, we will see you next time, cats and kittens. MamaCatGamer is signing out for the night.